The way that this dream started off, I was being hunted, and I knew that all Christians was being hunted. Particularly in my case, I had a ministry, and I've already had another dream that I'm to be a pastor, but that dream was symbolic, so it could mean, the Lord just enlarging my territory, like, I don't know. But anyway, I had a ministry, and the ministry was giving me enough money for my income, and the government was trying to figure out where I was getting my money from. The government was chasing me down because they suspected that I was a minister, like I was in the ministry, that I was a Christian, because they was trying to figure out where was I getting my income from. And if they proved that I was a Christian, they was going to throw me in jail. And I knew in the dream that you did not want to go to jail, because going to jail, it was basically a death sentence. So, and I've done other dreams about FEMA camps and forcing people to get the mark of the beast, or getting their hair. My daughter had a dream, if for those that didn't take it, their hair was cut off. And I had dreams like that as well. So you didn't want to go to jail. And I was wearing some kind of, in the dream said costume. But it was like I had made my eyebrows look thicker. I had did things to make my face look different. And I was just trying not to be recognized. And as they was chasing me down, I saw this business, and I ran in it because they was like right in back of me, these government agents. And I ran into this business for cover at this job place. And the boss was my old boss, Richard. I've had so many dreams about that guy. In the dream, it was just him and one other guy that he worked with. And he really wanted me to come work for him. He was like thinking about different people that worked with him in the past, and he was missing me, and he really wanted me to work for him. But in the dream, I had been out of the type of work that he had. I hadn't been doing it in a very long time, which is true. Like, I've been out of engineering for a very long time. And so I wasn't sure if I would know how to do engineering or anything like that. But I needed to go undercover. I needed this job for my undercover job. So I went there, and I didn't want to tell him I was out of work for a long, long time. And so he didn't know that. And he was so happy to see me, just absolutely ecstatic. And he offered me a job, and he wanted me to start right away. And I said, yeah, sure. Like, even in the dream was definitely symbolic, because I was even in like a half outfit. Like, how can I say it? Like an undercover outfit. I was in like half, like not completely undercover outfit, but like a half undercover outfit. And the dream focused in on that. And so I needed this job for my cover. It just makes me think too, I wonder if God is going to help the saints go to work on some regular job, so when they hunt down the Christians, so they won't know who we are. I don't know. It just makes me think about that. But anyway, he gave me the job. He was so ecstatic, and this other guy he worked with was happy, but my old boss was really, really happy. And so, and I was like, like trying to smile. I didn't want to work there. In the dream, like, I really did not want to work there. I just needed the job because I needed to go undercover. And so he gave me the paperwork to start. And the dream the amount of money that I started with was 102,000. It was 102,000 and some more numbers after that. And when I looked at it, I remembered I had a dream that I was going to start a job and it was going to pay me 102,000 and more numbers. And it was exactly like my dream. And it was a whole bunch of lists of, what benefits, all kind of benefits came with the job and everything like that. And but in reality, I haven't had a dream to get 102,000. So anyway, I looked at it and I looked at the paperwork. It was black and white paperwork, and I just looked at it. And like all the writing on it was in bold letters and just regular typing, but all bold. And I was looking at that like, wow, I dreamed this. And so then he gave me a uniform and everything. He wanted me to start right then, like right away. And I was putting on the uniform, and I looked in the mirror, and I was just thinking about how I was undercover. And I said, wow, I've been out of this job for a while, but I had a knowing that it would be easy for me to do this job. Like I had wisdom or knowledge or whatever. Like God is going to give me that gift. And I knew that it would be very easy for me to do this job. I needed the job because also I needed the income to make it look like my income came from this job. Because in the dream, I had a knowing that I had a lot of money that did not come from this job. In the dream, that's true, yeah. How could I forget that part? I was still doing the ministry. So yeah, I probably was a pastor. But in the dream, it was giving me a lot of money, which is not true. I'm sorry, I mean to laugh. But it's not true in reality. But in a dream, it was paying me a lot of money. And I needed something to say my income came from somewhere else. But yes, in the dream, they was hunting down Christians. They was looking for all the Christians. So I needed a job to make it look like, well, this is where my income is coming from. It's not coming from the ministry. Many prophets have been seeing that Christian persecution is coming. This reminds me of another dream that I had when I said how I dreamed that I was going to die. And the time in the earth was Christians were in hiding and Christianity was done away with. So persecution is definitely coming. And all of us prophets seem to be having these same prophecies right now at the same exact time. And I know many people will say, well, what about the rapture and everything like that? But like I said in my other video, no man knows the day or the time of the rapture. Only God the Father knows that. So persecution is coming. That's what God is showing us. And if you read Matthew 24, it talks about persecution coming before the rapture. Okay, so I just have to talk about the rapture because I know a lot of people are, they really look into the rapture, but and not that I'm not looking to the rapture, don't get me wrong, but I like to keep things in context with the word of God. And persecution is in Matthew before the rapture, okay? And it's coming and it's going to get worse. God bless you all. I love you. Bye.